Hey guys, and welcome to the very first installment of NRL Fantasy Fanatics out of Cairns. Yes, I've moved here for uni and as well be for the foreseeable future. But yeah, it was the first round of NRL and fantasy in the books, and for me, it's probably my best start I've had in a couple of years, and that says something. Like I finished top 1,000 in the last 3 years, and I started 50,000 last year, so I'm not too pissed about it. Could have had better, as you can probably see, no day for Fifita yet, and I'm sort of laughing about that. I think for me next week it'll be Jacob Laban to Noah Martin with the news of Matty Nicholson. I think he's close to a must-have. So I'll be drinking a lot. It's very hot here. If you have any watches from Cairns, feel free to DM us and catch up for a beer or something. But yeah, it was a good week. Harry Grant happy with that. 63 looked really good. Double try there. Talks about an injury, but I think it's just a cramp there. Payne Haas played close to the full 80. I think 78 minutes there for me. He's definitely a hold. Just like wasn't a very good second half for either teams. They're trying Mooney got that try. He looked really good. Hold him. Yeah, you'll take that 52 there. Laban, I'm selling him. Didn't get those minutes I wanted. Lukey looked good. Cleary holding him. Brown holding him. Penasini, I had quite happy with him holding him. Chester holding him. Walsh holding him. Happy with Falango. Ponga holding him. Atkinson and Stewart happy with those two. Adam Dewey only there because I wanted the Couchman Lasardi loop, which is also the same as Brandon Smith there. But yeah, holding those six there. Half the bench actually had a relatively good game there. And let's get into it. Storm versus Eels, and the Storm absolutely destroyed them with Lasardi, 74 and 80 minutes there. Tackled well, had a really good base there. No line break for that try, so didn't really boost up him much that much. But he had an offload to hand turnover there. He looked like he played really well. If he can hold that spot, he is definitely a hold there and close to a must-have cash cow now. That small break even now, I do think he does hold it too. So he's definitely one that I think is close to a must-have there. Cam Munster try saver, two tries. There's 5 missed tackles, 10 negatives there. And I thought it was going to happen. I thought he was going to be in for a big game here. 69 points there. He looked really good. He looks back some of his best. And yeah, I can't be speaking you out of him as a buy. If you want to buy him, he's going to do really well there. Joe Chan, 69 points, same as Munster. He looked really good. Got that try, 2 line breaks. This there, just not as good base as Lasardi had there. 3 turnover tackles too. I do think that it has a little bit more risk with Joe Chen also being more expensive there, but still a good buy. Moses Leo, great game there. Would be looking at buying him there. For me, I'll probably look to trade Laban to Martin and then maybe bring in Moses Leo. Just covers centre wing fullback duel there. Quite good there. Good base for a centre there. 2 missed tackles, but yeah, three line breaks, try saver and try there. Quite good, but keep in mind they won't be putting 50 on every single team in the league there. Harry Grant, 59 minutes. He was in for a big 80 there. Looked quite good. 80 to 6 run meters. I like that from Harry. 28 tackles. He looked really good. He's definitely going to be probably the best hooker for this year. Hosea Iongi, he looked good there. Yeah, but I don't see it this year. Too expensive for me. Same with Jack Williams. Falango looked good. 55. He was on 5 at halftime, so he had a 50-point half there for him to score well. Ran the ball well, just needs those attacking stats, and this was a game that he was going to get in with 5 line break assists there, a try and a try saver, 2 tries and a try assist. There, no line breaks for him there, but yeah, I do think Falango definitely one to hold. Wouldn't I'd be looking to buy him, maybe give him one more week. Good DeBellin won't be looking at him. Jermaine Hopgood, yeah, he still managed to pump out a 49, 54 minutes there with that sin bin. He looks like an absolute stud. If he only gets suspended, he's probably one in the middles that you can look really to solidify in that starting spot. But there's just so many cash cows around this week. And one of them is Sean Russell with that centre wing fullback duel again. He looked good. A good base, a couple offloads, a couple turnovers there, a try and a line break there for 49. I do really like Russell as an option this week, but yeah, those two there, good options there. Tomato Comano wouldn't be going near him. Walker wouldn't be going near him. Wish it, no. Me, no. King, Howes, no. Paula. Jerome Houston, one spoken about a lot. 2 tries, just 13 tackles, didn't kick the ball much. Seems to be sort of mixed between Munster and Hughes. Wasn't a really high kicking game there, this game, to be fair, but I think he's just got so many issues with his shoulder Hughes that he just does a lot of tackles. Doesn't really make any. So for this year, I think this year has it's screaming out to me that Munster's going to take more of the big role from Hughes this year, and Hughes will sort of take that back seat when it comes to playing, managing, and that which I think makes Munster more of an appealing buy there. Penasini, 36. I'm happy with this. Like, you got 2 line breaks. I know he had 12 negatives there, which gets him to 48. Could have had that try too, which would have been really nice there. But yeah, I just think Penasini looked good. I was happy with it, ran the ball well. And I think if you're an owner of him, you definitely hold steady there. Cooper Clark looked really good, 36 and 22 minutes. He's one to keep an eye out on, but wouldn't be looking at him. Yeah, didn't start the season with Moses, unlike those 27% of teams there, 35 points for him. Not amazing, but kick meters there was screams trap. 198 meters for 6 points there. You're going to need more from Moses. And then, yeah, you see those 10 negatives there too. Like, yeah, it was a pretty bad game for Moses. Obviously, it was a flogging. So I do think that you can forgive Moses and you can definitely hold Moses, considering Pez had only kicked 82 there. But yeah, it's not one that I would be buying this week. And I don't think, yeah, not much else down there. So good performance for the Storm there. Hmm. Wires versus the Roosters. The Wires with an upset, I would say here. Tanner Boyd, he had a great game. Can't goal kick to save his life, but he still had a great game. Nevertheless, a try there, two try assists, 20 tackles for three misses, 354 metres. This is Tanner we know can go big, but I think the Wires played really well. And if the Wires play well, it seems to be their halves doing everything for them there. As you can see, Channel with two tries and Tanner with one try there. So I do think Tanner's one maybe to look at if you think the Wires are going to go on a streak, but I don't think the Wires are going to go on a streak. I think they'll be a bottom eight side this year, which is why I am not very keen on Tanner this year. But a good game for him there. James Fisher-Harris, 67 points in 50 minutes there. Five offloads, three turnovers. Not, I wouldn't say this is really James Fisher-Harris numbers there, so he's again one to watch there. But one that I'm quite interested in, now Butcher, 532K with 63 points there. 57 tackles, and this is just absolutely Nat Butcher standard here, just tackling his heart out. 57 tackles there. I think he's one definitely to keep an eye on, if not buy this week. It's a little bit of a pot option there. Mid and edge duel, like if Hopgood suspended Hopgood straight to Nat Butcher, I do really like that as a trade, but yeah, definitely want to keep an eye on there. Tedesco, he looked incredible, 11 tackle bust there, and he looked the one to pick over Walsh, but keep in mind, has been one round of fantasy there. So for me, I do not think that he can really, I mean, obviously, Tedesco's going to be a season-long keeper in that, but I don't think I'd be trading Walsh for any of your wing fullbacks out to Tedesco just from one good game there. Capo got that try and that try assist, and I was like, oh shit, I was going to go him. But yeah, didn't turn out too bad. 48 there, five missed tackles, which is two penalties and two six again infringements for Capo. This is just Capo's game. There's a lot of negatives there, and I wouldn't be looking at Capo, wouldn't be looking at Tavita, wouldn't be looking at Ford, wouldn't be looking at Collins, wouldn't be looking at Billy Smith. And Gus Crichton was one spoken about a little bit there. Again, the 10 negatives killing him, 53 points. There seems to be a lot of negatives just out in this, just like the early season here. But got that try. All right space there. And if you're an owner of him, he will bounce back. But one I wouldn't be looking at there. Now White could become an interesting pot option now. 40 points, 59 minutes, so not his PPM from last year, but with the news of Spencer Leonard going down for 4 weeks, it's either Nat or Blake Steep that I think gets more minutes. And you see Blake Steep 22 tackles for an offload, I believe that is there, and 9 points, so 9 run meters there. If one of these two get more minutes, I mean Nat had a lot of errors there, so I do think that they could be a beneficiary there, but obviously it's a little bit of risk there. So I personally would be leaning towards Steep over White just because of the minutes there. Suawongo, 38 minutes. Aaron Clark went low with 39 points there in 53 minutes, but he's definitely one to hold if you're an owner of him. Wouldn't be looking at Egan and Sam Walker. There was a lot of talk about him. He gave away three penalties, five missed tackles there, and just splitting the kick meters with Daly. Cherry Evans wasn't many in there, but just splitting them there. And I do think if you're a Sam Walker owner for the, that's Wade Egan, sorry, for the 7% of teams that are, I do think it is time to maybe give Samuel one more week. Lecco gone low there. Connor Watson, 31 points in 31 minutes and 11 points. That's insane. And Jacob Laban, me, five missed tackles for an error there. He could have looked all right, Jacob. 46 minutes, like, just don't have the base there, does he? Really? And I do think Laban's one that, if you're a owner of him like I am, you're looking to sell him. Up those pars. Interesting fantasy game, this one here. Tom Jenkins with the double. He looked really good. No negatives there. I wouldn't be looking at buying him. I think you're spending 534 40K on a wing fullback there. I think it's an anomaly. Like Penrith aren't going to beat a good side as the Broncos every single week there. So for me, like I think they went Sorry. They went to Jenk side a lot. He got 76 points, and they went to Toto's side nothing. He got 22. Like, it's going to go to one side or the other there. Too consistent there. Dylan Edwards looked really good, and this is an interesting one for me. Try, seven tackle bust, 260 meters. This is just like a Dylan Edwards game here. And for me, I think he's one that I'm sort of interested in a little bit. Just to solidify that wing fullback, like you get Walsh, you've already got him, Jai Gray owner. Like, I think that he's just, yeah, definitely one to look at for me and keep an eye on. But obviously, Penrith, they did look a lot better here. Nathan Cleary was one of the beneficiaries of that. He looked really good. Looked take on the line, 5 goals there, try assist, 17 tackles there with an offload to hand, a turnover, 75 metres and 386 kick metres with 2 6 again infringements. Yeah, look, not a bad game for Cleary. Like, you still take 57 there, but just not a good game for Nathan fantasy wise there. But he's definitely one to be holding. Same with Haas. Just the offloads were down for Haas, is what I noticed there in the run meters. Like for Haas, you've got to be getting over those 200 meters. But obviously, Broncos held to nil. Wasn't really much to go on there. He will bounce back. He'll be one fine. Papali'i got up starting and played 67 minutes. Try saver there. 28 tackles, ran the ball well. 3 errors there. I think if Papali'i can keep up that 64 minutes and that 67 minutes to keep that PPM there, he's definitely one to buy there. He looked good. Isaiah Yeo looked really good there. Just again, another Yeo game. No missed tackles. A couple offloads there. If he played 80 minutes, he was getting 65 there. So he'll be right. He's one to hold. Wouldn't be looking at Garner. Not enough minutes there. Carrigan, wouldn't be looking at him. Ricky, no. Hunt, no. Very, very low fantasy game this is. Talangi, Smith, no. No, no. Now, Reese, it's interesting. What do you do here? Line break for him. Three tackles. One miss. 3 errors. I think it's just a big thing is he ran 84 meters. Like, for Reese to get involved in the game and get those big fantasy scores, he still needs to get 120, 30, 150 meters there. He's not goal kicking either. So for me, this screams like decent game for Walsh. Like the fact that he was still able to pump out a 25 there, like there was times in Walsh's career where this game would turn into more errors and more missed tackles there. Like obviously still 8 points there, but just no points accumulated over the board. Like if he keep those kick meters up, that's 2 to 3 extra points there. Like he just needs to be running the ball more, get more of those tackle busts there. But I do think for now Walsh is a hold. But he did start a season like this last year. Keep that in mind. But he's one to be holding. No, Kenny, no. No, Jim Shibasaki, 560k, Casey McLean, 480k, was one who was spoken about a fair bit, but we know we weren't really big on Casey. Got that try, but 10 negatives, just no base there. Casey's one that I'd be looking to avoid if you have him, sell him. Same with Shimasaki, just nothing for him there. And Adam Reynolds with a really, really low game. I think his time in this Broncos team could be coming to an end. Not could have been dropped, obviously. And the Sharks put an absolute clinic on the Titans here. And how good were those halves? 4 tries between the half, 4 try assists for Bryson Trindle, 375 meters. But this is the reason I'm not huge on Nico. He just came out and got an 84 there. Tackled the ball well there, but Trindle did a lot more kicking than Hines did, and he seems to have taken more of that running role, which is where Nico is better as a player. But I just think if you're a running dominant half with no kick meters there, he's losing 50, like he's lost 12 points on average there, Nico. So this is a 96 point game compared to an 84 game there. Like if he doesn't score those tries, you take those off, he gets a what 16, that's 26, that's 30, that's 32, that's 34, that's a 44 plus goals. That's a 56 point game there for Nico without those tries and that there. So I think that Nico, obviously, if you're an owner of him, you're happy there, but I would just be looking to avoid him. But one I was keen on is Jesse Ramey, and but said in the preseason, 63 for him. If they went to his edge there, he'd do quite well. And they did go to his edge. But the thing about Jesse is very, very inconsistent. Got that double, but yeah, for me, I just think that Jesse's one very interesting option to keep an eye on, probably 500-ish K. I mean, obviously, he's been more expensive, but you just got to keep in mind a little bit of inconsistency there for Jesse. And Blake Brayley's 80 minutes there for 61 points. Ran the ball well for Blake Brayley's standard there. Got a try assist there, a try saver. But obviously, it just wasn't really a defensive game there for Blake. You very much take the score here. If he can keep those run meters up, Blake's going to be a very good buy there. Certainly can tell a good game. Wouldn't be looking at him. And for Noah Blake, this is a good game from 200 meters there for 28 points, a offload to hand there. So I'd quite interested in Adam Fanua Blake. I was all preseason, and he looked like one of the better middles to go to. No Verrills, no Thermal, no Fodawaker, Kenny, no Kennedy, no Colhoun, 40 there. Don't have him on my team either. Yeah, it's just a Jesse Colhoun game. Just 33 tackles, 70 meters, not many misses, or none misses there. He looks like he's going to make come cash until Cam McInnes is back and he looks like one you can play each and every week there. Cam McInnes, this is good signs and a absolute flogging of a game, 39 points there. One to hold, same as Howe. He looked good, looked solid. Billy Burns, he looked solid there. Wouldn't be looking at him though. Brenton Nickera wouldn't be looking at him. Hazleton. Uh, Tino Fasul Malawi for those 15% of teams there. Yeah, look, it wasn't really a Tino game. Like, didn't get many running meters there, and that couldn't get those try assists. Really, only 49 meters too there. I'd be giving Tino 1 or 2 more weeks just to have a look at him, see how he goes. Then Iro, decent games to really go to his side, and it's sort of what happens when they don't score a try. Hold if you're a owner of here, Millions. Maui, good game there. Ran the ball hard, but yeah, it's what you need. Just the like winger base there, just nothing there. But got that try, which is good for him. Um, Chris Randall, 29 and 49, 26 and 49 minutes, got those minutes again. Just wasn't really a defensive game, which is where, well, I guess it was, but it just like wasn't really a back and forth game, which is where Randall gets those points from. And Cooper by 18 and 28 minutes there, just really nothing from there. And a 28-minute mark. How good was this game? Talking point of it, Noah Martin. Only brought in by 9% of teams there, just because of the uncertainty around Matty Nicholson coming back there. And I think he has hold his spot. He looked really good. 2 tries at line break, 48 tackles with 0 misses, 74 meters gained, penalty conceded. And how good are they really do use their edges, don't they, here? The Raiders, they're a very edge dominant team, and Hoskins done really well when moving to that spot there. And I do think that Noah Martin is one that you look to buy now. Definitely, probably coming in at like 310K there. He's definitely one on my radar there. Probably Cole, a good game there. Try, saver. He's an interesting one too. A lot of attack coming for him, it looks like. But I do think that him and Turbo, they looked good. But for me, I just give them 1 more week just to see how they go, just to see how they go. Hudson Young, 63 points there. Yeah, good game. 3 offloads, 34 points. He's going to be a gun. He's on that edge there. If you want to buy him, you buy him. No, I won't talk you out of it. 63 there, Horsburgh. Good game for him. Wouldn't be looking at buying him, though. Even Sanders got that try. A lot of tagging stats there. Just like a goodish base, like 32 bases, but a couple misses there. 32 base, he probably stays around the same price. So it's each their own. I am not huge on Ethan Sanders. I would have gone Cody Walker instead. But yeah, Ethan's still a good buy there. Olakawatu got that try, but just no, not really interested in him. Jake Simpkin spoke about him too. 63 tackles there, makes a lot of tackles, but a couple of misses. He's going to be a good option if he keeps that 80 minutes there. Paseka, 500K, interesting option there if he keeps those minutes there. Keep in mind, 82 minutes, like a lot of these players played a lot more minutes than they should because it was a close game. Wouldn't be looking at Fogarty there, wouldn't be looking at Smithies, wouldn't be looking at Weeks. Tamale, no. He still keeps going though, if he was still that price. Simi Sasangi, 44, 41 there in the edge. Where did he play 80 minutes at? Did he get in the centre role? I didn't really watch this game without a dinner because it was Young and Matty Nicholson there. But if he keeps that spot, he's an interesting one there. No to Hosking, no to Kobe. Good PPM there, just needs more minutes for him. Tarpany, if you're an owner of him, hold, but wouldn't be many, I hope. How funny is Jake Trbojevich's headgear? Is that like just pure plastic or something? And yeah, that looks about it. Josh Papali'i going low with minutes there, as you'd assume. How good was this game? This was a cracking game, I felt. Latrell Mitchell got that wing fullback centre. 70, 200, 723K there. And obviously, Rabbitohs aren't going to look this flash, but it's always going to be a high scoring game because both teams just suck in defense, don't they? And Hammer Rabbitohs 1 to 12. How good's that? From the Fanatics boys, if you want to join the Fanatics, dabble you can. 75 points there, and yeah, have a look at this. 2 tries, 6 goals, 2 line breaks, 107 meters there. Kicked the ball too, which is something that I was quite interested in. And I know Ashton Ward came off early. Where was he? Played 41 minutes there. Only 68-minute kick meter. So it looks like Latrell and Cody will do most of these split there. Latrell looking for the longer kicks here. So I think, look, I'm going to say it. If you're looking for a gun center, there's 2 you look at. And I feel they're both, or 3 you look at, and 2 of them are both in this game here. And he looked quite good, Latrell Mitchell. I think he looked back to some of his finest form, and he's one that I'm definitely looking at holding or buying. Lemuelu would be looking at him, but we've always known if he could get a good minute and not miss tackles on the edge, he'd be interesting. good game for Hammer there. Try, two try savers, line break, and yeah, I think again, too overpriced for Hammer. Like there's so many wing fullbacks this year. They sort of have to choose between one. Cam Murray looked good, 55.67 minutes. I feel like wait for him to just get back a little bit more, like get a little bit more confidence and add into his body and little bit more minutes where he gets that PPM back up. He'll be good there. Hopefully drops a little bit of cash there down to 700 and 680K, and I'll be looking to buy him. Hope you find if he's still going to lose cash for this 54 here. Was the worst out of the free captaincy options out of Haas, Cleary or Farnworth. Keep that in mind. 54 points, got that try, but just again, solid base. Like you take that from a centre for sure, but I would not be looking to buy him at that price. Fina Fuiaki, interesting option, but when we're looking to buy him, Cody Walker, one we spoke about, he looked really good. Got taken off early for a rest there, but two try assists, 12 tackles, zero misses. That's four forced dropouts there. I think he's going to be a really good option there at that price. If you're looking for a cheap half, I'd lean him over Sanders there. Kalonga Matangi, 50 and 70 minutes. Yeah, he's all right. Just ran the ball hard. Like, again, he got those 70 minutes. I think that's good signs for him and looks good signs going forward here for this pack of the Rabbitohs who looked really good there. Ewan Aiken, 50 points in 61 minutes there. It's all right. Like, he's not going to lose cash from it, but he's not going to he'll make a little bit of money there. But yeah, look, if he gets that 80 minutes, he goes for 16, you're laughing there. But for those, however many percent of teams that own him, for those 2.7% of teams, a little bit of pod there. He's one of the other centers I'm definitely looking at this week. If you have the money or can free up the money somehow there, if Hopgood suspended, Fifita suspended, I don't think he will, though, get one of those two in there. Tom Flegler, 46 here. That's pretty good. He's maybe one to keep an eye out on if he keeps that PPM up there. Morgan Knowles, no for me. Tails Duncan, 45 and 59 minutes. He looked good there, but we'll be keeping an eye out for him. Jermaine Sarko, no. Is he Katoa two tries? He's kicked the ball well. Just that missed tackles, which is unlike Izzy there. Usually a good defensive half there, and he comes out and scores another 12 points. That's 55 there. I think that makes Izzy really really interesting. But I just think there's so many good halves going around this week that if you're a holder of Izzy, I'd definitely be looking to if you're an owner of Izzy, I'd definitely be looking to hold him. But if you're don't be looking to buy him, Campbell Graham, that two tries there, but when we're looking to buy him either. Peter Mamazulis, when we're looking at him. So David Fifita, like I'd say I sort of got bailed out, like 37 obviously is all right. Like he's not gonna lose much, not gonna make much. Didn't kill it by any stretch of the imagination there. It's that base though for 16 points, 16 tackles, 17 points. And it's gonna be for Fifita, like it's gonna come with negatives there. No offloads for me there. And that's a 33-point game. I believe so, 33. It's a 33-point game for David Fifita there. Got that try assist and line break, which is going to happen in Dave Fifita's game because he's so good there with that sin bin there. And that sin bin probably cost him like he's probably on track to be honest for a 55 there. And I was looking like a fool for not having him. But that 37 just it's a feeder. He has bad temperament, especially on his Rabbitohs team where I think he's got Latrell and that to rile him up there. I definitely would be holding him, but I wouldn't be looking to buy him unless he goes big. Like if he has one big game, I'm like, all right, if Fifita's back. But until like they get this combination right, he scores a couple or that, I'd be for my team. I'm looking to just stay off him for a couple of weeks here. Maybe he drops some cash, doesn't get. But the thing is, he won't get too much higher now that he's gone sort of lowish in this game there. No to Wyden, no. Jai Gray, you sort of pissed if you're an owner of him. 36, you expected more in a high scoring game. Ran the ball well, a couple tackle busts, that line break try assist, but line break try, but with a try there, you should be scoring more. So unlucky for Jai owners there. Cobbo again, you're hoping for more in a try scoring game, but you're angry there, and that looks like all there. But yeah, I don't think lockout is lifted yet. Let's have a looky. No, it is not. So yeah, good great week of fantasy there. Really excited for it to be back. Drop your comments, drop your thoughts in the comments. Like the video, share it around to your mates, and just thanks for all the support. So close to 5,000 followers on Instagram, we cannot believe it. Thank you very much.